Beer. Beer. Bong.
Battle
Beer.
axe.
Bong.
Battle
Beer.
axe.
Bong.
Battle axe.
Beers, bongs, and battle axes. Beers, bongs, and battle axes. Beers, bongs, and battle axes. Beers, bongs, and battle axes.
All right, and welcome to a special coronavirus episode of Beers, Bongs, and Battle Axes. For the entirety of today's episode, me and Tyler will be touching each other's faces and coughing in each other's mouths.
And saliva might be involved too. A little bit of spit here and there.
And some lube.
And lube. No lube.
No lube?
No lube. I'm a raw dog kind of guy.
Ooh. We're getting some dry prison loving today.
Ooh, boy.
Excited. So how you doing this week, buddy?
I'm doing good.
How much toilet paper you bought?
I didn't buy any.
Oh, it's a good thing you have many trees with leaves outside of your apartment.
Trees with leaves. I wipe my own ass like a dog sometimes. Just scoot across the carpet. My roommate squirts me with a bottle. It's okay.
I mean, I've got a garden hose outside, so it's like having a bidet.
It's like a redneck bidet. A hillbilly bidet.
And that cold water feels so good on my puckered anus.
Puckered chocolate starfish. So yeah.
Hope everybody out there...
Staying safe, If you're isolated, what better way to spend indoors than listening to two fat guys talk in a microphone?
And not take this whole virus seriously, because we
Right.
take nothing seriously.
Nope. So if you're listening from home, thanks for listening. If you're listening from hell, well, we'll see you in a few weeks.
Could you hand me a Biesa? Mm-hmm. And the Trump who's so stumpy?
Oh, I don't want to get too political, but that man is the last thing we need during a crisis like this. I'm just saying anybody who talks like so nonchalant about something.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Talks about
even if it was a
biggest
Dem in
bases.
the office, like anybody who talks like that, I'm like, what is happening? It's like we're living in the fucking Twilight Zone, man.
It really is. I mean, we've got a plague going on. We've got a Cheeto in the White House.
Cheeto.
And I'm not a political man, but...
It's just crazy. It's fucking crazy.
Weird
I mean,
time to be alive.
I'm not panicking, and I'm taking precautions. I'm washing my hands and shit, but I have to go to work, though. I mean, I work where people live, so it's like...
Yeah. And you know me, I work in retail. I could say I have 2 days to live, and they'll be like, so you're coming in tonight, right?
So you got this? Yeah?
You're going to be here? Okay.
Okay. I'll tell the new guy he doesn't have to come in.
Wait, what? Why does the new guy not get to come in?
Because I hate you.
Yep, that sounds about like every retail place I've ever worked.
Yep. Any hoozle.
What are we talking about this week, Tyler? We got a couple things to talk about.
Is there rhyme or reason to this? Or
No, just two topics I wanted to discuss.
One of them I know was Brian Posehn's new metal album, Grandpa Metal, right? Is that the name of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one right there.
It is good. And as aging metal fans ourselves, it's nice to see that
It
kind
hit
of
me
thing.
right in the relatables.
Yeah,
right there.
And then the other one was Warzone?
Yes.
Call of Duty? Okay.
So, yeah, a little bit of video games, a little bit of music.
And whatever the fuck else pops in the old...
Exactly. This is going to be a loose and wild podcast. It's going to be interesting.
Ooh.
Hopefully we don't fuck it up.
Oh, we're gonna.
Yeah, we always do.
Yeah.
Which would you rather talk about first, my good friend? Get some Warzone talk going down, or we're going to be talking about the Grandpa Metal?
Why did you sound like a really old Bill Cosby? Grandpa Metal. No. The pudding.
You don't want to know. He died in prison, and I've been possessed by his soul.
Oh, Jesus. Please, no, Bill, please. I dropped my pen.
I can't remember. I was talking to somebody, and they made a joke about killing themselves. They're like, throw myself into a giant hole. I was like, joke's on you. That hole's actually filled with Bill Cosby's secret pudding. And so you didn't kill yourself. You just date raped yourself.
Jesus.
I have weird conversations.
You know, it's what makes us special. Weird is good.
Special?
Yeah.
All right. No, bad monkey. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about something productive.
Are these productive? Not really.
No.
We're not really helping out society with these fucking things.
I mean, we're helping people forget about their problems for an hour at a time.
Sure. Why not?
I mean, all 5 of the people that listen to our podcast, 2 of which are you and me. So there's maybe 3 people that aren't involved with Ham-Fisted that listen to this.
Yay! I love you 3 people. You're inviting to my wedding.
And to that one person in Ireland who's been listening to this podcast, we love you.
And from a fellow Irishman to another, thank you.
Let's kick it off with some grandpa metal, man.
Yeah, I'm down.
So, for those of you who don't know, Brian Posehn's like probably the nerdiest comedian out there.
Next to like Patton Oswalt.
I think Brian Posehn's a little nerdier because Patton Oswalt at least looks like a normal dude.
Does he though?
I mean, Brian Posehn looks like that guy you always see hiding in the corner of a comic book store reading the comics.
That's very true. Yeah.
And he sounds like it too.
Yeah.
So Brian Posehn's a stand-up comedian.
Girl.
And he's one of those guys that has like bit roles and everything. One of the first times I ever remember seeing him and recognizing him was when he played the roadie in Devil's Rejects.
Yeah.
He got his face blown off like almost instantly during that.
Yeah,
film,
it was in like
didn't
the first 15 minutes of the movie.
Yeah. Or at least first like 15 minutes of the country band being in the film.
That was in the beginning of the movie?
No, that was about 20, 30 minutes into the film.
Ah.
Because remember the opening of the movie, which my mom almost killed us for, is Tiny dragging that dead naked chick through the woods.
Oh yeah, good times. We're not fucked up at all.
No. There's something about seeing a pair of dead boobs at the age of 15 just being dragged through an Alabama forest.
It's like pissing in the wind.
Oh yeah. Especially when there's a little bit of blood mixed in with your pee because there's something wrong with your internal organs.
Exactly.
Gross. But we digress.
What is happening right now?
Brian Posehn's a huge metal fan, and I actually first heard about this album because he did a video for Loudwire where they were having him react to the worst heavy metal videos they could find.
Nice.
And my God, that video was funny. Like one of the videos they watched, it was they had to be American kids pretending to be a black metal band because...
Like from Norway and shit.
Yeah. It was the most ridiculous video I've ever seen, and one of the kids in the band was bigger than you. And so he looked like the black metal character from the original Guitar Hero. And you see this kid in the video, like air guitaring on a knife in full black metal regalia. And it's just the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
That's funny fucking shit.
And one of the videos was a bunch of kids that looked like their idea of heavy metal was Hollywood Undead. And Brian Posehn had the best comment. He's like, this isn't metal. This is a bunch of Hot Topic kids screaming at me.
To be fair, though, I do like Hollywood Undead. I'm just saying.
I do too, but I wouldn't call them metal by
not
any
even close.
Stretch of the imagination.
They're barely rock.
Yeah.
Even though they have some influences, but it's like, eh. But, and that's why I give kudos to Posehn, because the guy actually knows his shit.
Oh, yeah.
As opposed to, like, other nerdy celebrities, like my idol and maybe illegitimate father, Jack Black. But, not saying he's a false prophet or anything, but I was watching a video of him. They were, it was on Rhett and Link, and they were showing him album covers.
Yeah.
And one of them was Amon Amarth, Sort of Rising.
Oh, that's my favorite album cover of theirs.
Oh my god, if he knows Amon Amarth, I might fucking create my pants.
Right.
And he saw it, and he's like, oh, that's cool. What is that, Amon Amarth? And I was like, no, Jack!
What if he was just doing that as a bit, though?
He could have been, but the only ones he really knew was, like, Maiden and, like, the old school 80s
metal
heavy
shit.
metals. And I'm like...
He does kind of strike me as somebody who's stuck in a very specific time.
I wouldn't say stuck, but maybe just hasn't given the new stuff a chance. I don't know, but...
Maybe he's too busy.
Probably. And
Though, granted, I've always kind of questioned his Jack Black's taste in heavy metal ever since Brutal Legend.
Yeah.
Just because, like, it's a great game, but you look at that soundtrack and there's some, at least in my opinion, questionable choices on there.
But then you got, like, King Diamond and Cremation and
Oh yeah, there's some dope shit on there, but I'm just like,
Testament's in there too and stuff. But
you don't have any Cradle, you don't have any like Demu Borgir, no fucking Amon Amarth.
Amon Amarth would have been cool in that fucking game.
Fuck yeah.
Or yeah, even I was thinking that when I'm driving over here, like, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, not saying Jack's not a music nerd or he doesn't know his shit. I'm just saying Brian.
He's like steeped in heavy metal culture.
This man knows his fucking music.
And so he decided to make an album, and it's a comedy metal album, which honestly is such an underrated subgenre in my opinion. Because, like, if you think about it, as far as comedy metal goes, all you really have are, like, Nanowar of Steel, fucking Psycho Stick, Ailstorm, Glory
Ailstorm
Hammer.
makes good music. I only think, like...
Well, yeah, I mean, all of those bands make good music. Woo! Tyler's gonna sneeze, folks.
Oh, here come that Corona. I feel it.
Oh, no!
It's all ruined.
This is how we all die.
Anyway, yeah.
But yeah, it's just such an underappreciated subgenre. Like, because, heavy metal has this air about it that everybody's like, you gotta take this fucking seriously.
Right.
And so when that occasional band comes along, like Deathclock, perfect example, fantastic music, funny as fuck. And they just got better with every album.
It's true. Yeah.
And then Adult Swim fucked us. I'm still salty over that. Oh, Brendan, we're not going to let you finish your series because we're saying it's getting too expensive. Oh, no.
Aren't they using, like, Flash animation?
Something like that. But, see, the thing with that is every time they renew something for a different season, every person involved with it has to get a raise.
Oh.
Like, from the writers to the animators to the producers to Brendan himself, the musicians. And Adult Swim's like, oh, no, that's getting too expensive, even though with this property we can send you out on a tour and make money off an album. Oh, we're so sorry.
Dang it.
We'd rather put our money in Mr. Pickles. Which, not knocking Mr. Pickles, I just don't like the animation style for that show.
Yeah.
It's super fucking funny, and in recent years I've come to appreciate it, like hardcore. But oh god, I can't stand the way it looks. It just looks
very grotesque.
gross.
Yeah, it's a very grotesque looking show. It's rough around the edges for sure.
So back to our original topic, Brian Posehn decides to make a metal album, and because he's not really a musician himself, he gets all of his buddies in the heavy metal community to show up and show out for this fantastic album. Like, I was looking at all the guest features on it. Hell of a stable. You've got Johan Hegg, the lead singer of Amon Amarth, on one track. Gary Holt playing guitar on one. And for those of you who don't know, Gary Holt is originally of Exodus fame, but is in recent years been playing on Slayer's albums and touring with them ever since. Which band member in Slayer died like 5 or 6 years ago?
Oh shit, I can't even remember.
It wasn't Tom Araya or Kerry King.
No. Yeah, I can't remember.
I can't remember dudes' names. But yeah,
So bad.
Gary Holt's on there. Brendan Small of Galacticon and Deathclock fame on the album. Corey Taylor's even on there.
Yeah.
Which is freaking cool. And they got Weird Al, which that's probably the highlight of the album, in my opinion, is that
was just
sketch.
a phone call, right?
Yeah. Though I was thinking about it. After listening to that sketch, I was like, Brian, why didn't you try and get Weird Al to do a song? Like, you could have done a very good Maiden-inspired style song with his vocals.
Yeah.
And I bet it would have fucking rocked.
Fair. Yeah.
I've always been curious about Weird Al's relationship to heavy metal, because like he showed up on this album, he did the animated adventures of Gwar, which if Weird Al knows Gwar, you got to imagine he like appreciates the genre and actually enjoys some heavy metal.
Well, I think that goes for anybody really. Like, if you think about it, I mean, that's why I love metal so much, just because it's one of the few. I mean, sure, some artists can hit you like with lyrics and stuff, but this is like when you hear those solos and that raw energy. I can't help but somebody who's like just kind of an angry person hearing that and just being like, fucking relieved the first time they hear a metal song.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, just
I
like,
found it!
Something is speaking to my soul.
So, that's, I was thinking of Jim Carrey, too, when you were talking about Al, because he's a Cannibal Corpse fan.
Oh, yeah, that's why
And-
Cannibal Corpse is in the Ace Ventura film.
Exactly. So, even though, like, this guy could be, like, a goofy weirdo who looks like he listens to Nickelback, I mean, this dude actually loves Cannibal Corpse.
Rocks out to fucking
So
Corpse
Al
Grinder.
could be one of those guys, yeah. Maybe fucking
I'm not gonna
rotting
lie.
Christ tickles his fancy.
I've been wanting to go back and watch the original Ace Ventura
Mm-hmm.
purely for the fact that I want to see if Corpse Grinder's neck is as thick as it is these days in that video.
It's hard to tell because when he only goes up to the stage, the Corpse Grinder's doing the windmill.
Right.
So I think he was in training to getting that huge neck while filming.
That's like, I was watching an interview with Corey Taylor one time, and he was talking about how he has to buy triple XL shirts. Not because he's big or anything. It's just like, I headbang so much that my neck is thick. So if I buy a shirt that, like, fits...
Rips the head hole.
Yeah, it's like, my neck's too thick for it. And so now I've got these big-ass shirts that I have all tucked into my pants and shit because they come down to my knees. I'm just like, oh... Just imagine, you could work as a fucking plow
was
horse.
that big? When was the last time Oh yeah, it was. We could probably say that podcast or
What?
The Wall, the Nostalgia Critic review.
Oh yeah,
Easily like the most hated of his videos.
And I will admit, I'm in that camp of like, I'm not a big fan of it. Yeah, you really like it.
I did. Weirdly enough, I thought it was all like satire.
And it is.
I just didn't realize how big of fucking The Wall and Pink Floyd fans were like existed still.
Oh, I know.
I was blown
right?
away by the comment section.
Like, I mean, I used to be a big stan for it. I was like, this is the greatest rock opera ever.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm more just a casual fan of
Right.
The Wall.
And it's not. I'm not knocking the movie at all. It's fucking phenomenal.
Weird fucking movie.
It's weird, but the music's fucking great. But no, yeah, Corey Taylor was in that though, and he didn't even say a peep. I thought that was fucking hysterical.
Yeah, no, that is really funny. I wonder if it was honestly written that way or if they couldn't afford to pay him to sing. Like, we really want you to sing a song on this, Corey. Like, all right, here's my day rate for that. And they're just like, oh.
What's your day rate of standing in a chair for 2 hours?
Here you go. All right, we can afford that.
Okay. Anyway.
But yeah, Grandpa Metal, I mean, I've listened to the whole album 2-3 times already, just absorbing it, and it's really fucking funny.
And I gotta say, my favorite song did not come in the form of an original.
Oh, yeah?
It was the cover of Take On Me.
Oh, that was great.
That was really well done. I thought it was going to be like a spoof of it or something.
I love when heavy metal covers pop songs.
It was really good. It just sounded really fucking good.
And I would agree with you that that's a really good one, but my personal favorite is 1/4 Viking, 3/4 Pussy.
Well, of course. I mean,
The lyrics are
You got
hilarious.
Johan, yeah.
Yeah, Johan's on it. But
I liked it because it sounded like old school Amon Amarth.
like versus the world.
Versus the world and Odin on
Yeah.
Our Side and stuff. Like the late 90s, early 2000s Amon
Oh
Amarth.
yeah.
And that, again, proved to me that this dude just knows his shit. Like,
Right.
he
He's
knows
like,
the
I've
sounds.
been about this band
Yeah.
for a while now.
Well, and like what you were saying too, how each song with guests is tailored to how they sound on their albums. Like,
Oh, yeah.
That's just fucking cool.
And that's just having a good ear for music and
Mm-hmm.
like knowing the guys you're working with. Like, let's make a song that's in your wheelhouse so it can be as good as it possibly can be.
fucking A.
How does the album start off again? It was just him talking about why he made the record, wasn't it?
Something along those lines, yeah.
And then the first song is Hell Sucks, which features Gary Holt, and it's
Yeah.
all about a song about how they lie to you and they don't play Slayer in Hell.
Yeah.
It's so fucking funny.
It is.
You know who I would most closely relate Brian Poseidon's voice to? Dave Mustaine. Like, when I listen to him, like not yelling or singing the lyrics, it sounds like Dave Mustaine's like, "Hello world, it's me again."
Me again. In my misfits way of life.
But yeah, that's just who he reminds me of when
You know
he's
what? He
delivering
does.
the
Because he
vocals.
has that gravelly / nasally. Yes. That is, yes, very Dave Mustaine-like.
Hello, me, it's Brian Posehn again.
Oh God!
Get away, Brian!
Oh, jeez. You know who else I've been listening to recently? Like their newest album? Body Count.
Body Count.
Ice-T's band. You know, I knew about Body Count before I knew Ice-T was a rapper, and gotta give those guys credit. I often, like, thinking about that band, I don't really take them seriously. It's like, oh, it's just another rap rock band. But then I'm listening to the new album, and I'm like, God, these guys really are fucking brutal. And on their newest album, they cover Ace of Spades. Mm-hmm. And Ice-T fucking kills that song.
He does. He does. I mean, who else? I was trying to remember the other band that covered that, but I can't place them. Shit. Oh well.
Oh
shit. Well, that was another
Mm.
off-topic fucking wander. All right. Well.
Other than Take On Me, which the song with Brendan Small is probably
Is that the one I was just looking
the
at?
Goblin dating track.
Goblin? No, it wasn't that one. It was a. I mean, that is a good one. But mine was it The Rock or whatever?
Oh yeah. It's a metaphor for my cock.
But it just sounded so good. Like that whole song. It was awesome. That was probably my favorite one.
Yeah, I mean, can't really get spoilery with an album review, so I guess all we'll say at this point is if you like heavy metal and you like comedy, check out Grandpa Metal. You'll get a good fucking laugh out of it.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh yeah, Scott Ian's on the album too. That was one of the bigger names that I forgot to bring up.
Again, I'm
Anthrax.
Anthrax, yes.
Guy with the goatee.
Yeah,
always
Scott
died.
Ian. God damn it, yes.
One of the most famous thrash guitarists in the world.
Yeah. Well, and I was just looking, too, they had fucking Joe Troman.
I don't know who that is.
He's a guitarist for Fall Out Boy.
Really?
He was on my favorite song. That's why I had to look him up, because I'm like, fucking what? Joe Troman? That sounds really familiar.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's not even a metalhead, and he goes and fucking rocks
That's what
it.
I'm saying. Music knows no bounds, bro.
And that's what I appreciate about a lot of musicians is, you know, most fans can be really snobby. Like, we know metalheads are like, if it's not metal, I'm not fucking listening to it.
Yeah.
Same with the country boys and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
But you get to these professional musicians who make their living doing that, they love it all.
Yeah.
It's like, music's music, man. As long as it, like, touches your soul, that's what counts.
And that's what I'm saying, but I absolutely love this meme. But, like, that picture of, was it Khloe, one of the Kardashians, Kylie Jenner. It was one of those fuckers.
Gross.
Wearing a Slayer shirt, but then you see Slayer, and it says Kill the Kardashians, and they're playing on stage. But then I'm like, what if you really fucking did listen to Slayer? That's pretty boss.
Well, yeah, but you got to remember too. Their whole thing with that is the Kardashians were monetizing those fancy Slayer shirts that they were wearing and shit like that.
They were?
Yeah, like
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like selling them for hundreds of dollars.
What?
Like designer band tees. And so yeah, that's why the metal community got really pissed off.
Fuck yeah, rightfully so. Then never mind.
They're like you.
Never mind.
You fucking took this from a goddamn thrift store and like made some artistic
fucking
cuts to it.
Bejeweled on it.
Yeah, and then sold it on your website for $100.
Wow.
And that's why the Slayer guys were like, yeah, fucking kill these bitches.
Oh, never mind then. I had no idea. I thought that was just like one she bought from like Route 21 or something.
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, I learned that from the Philip DeFranco show.
Oh.
Shout outs to the Philip DeFranco show.
Hello, you beautiful bastards.
I want him to throat punch me so bad.
Is that a new thing he started saying?
It's in the past year.
Okay.
It's like this video or I'm going to punch you in the throat.
So I just started watching him again. I was like, wait, what? I'm so angry.
Yeah, that started about a year ago. He said it once and there was just such a huge reaction that has become kind of a staple of his show.
It's like one of my favorite YouTubers, Leon Lush. He's like, hip thrust that motherfucking like button.
Ooh.
Shout out to Leon Lush. I mean, if you ever listen to this, you tomato-based bastard, I love you.
Also, Meat Canyon's got a new cartoon out. We should mention that.
Plugs for shows on YouTube.
That make way more money than we do.
Listen, we all gotta start somewhere.
It's true. I feel like we did get into this whole YouTube and podcast.
Oh, about 10 years too late?
Yeah.
Sure. But hey, we all live and learn.
This is just practice for when the next YouTube-esque channel.
Just entertainment for that one kid who goes in his room and is like, news beer spawns and battle axes, yay!
Yeah, that 14-year-old Irish drunk. He's never gonna listen, or she is never gonna listen again because of that joke.
Well, we're just background noise while he comes down from the spins.
Oh,
I need ambiance. I'll turn on that stupid show. Those two faggots talking.
those two fat Americans. All right, well, I think we've gotten all the tread we can out of Grandpa Metal and metal in general for right now.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try and pay them bills with a commercial. We'll be back. And we're back.
Hey!
Now it's time to get into something that we will probably spend way too much time talking about. That is Call of Duty Modern Warfare's Warzone.
Yeah.
Which, for those of you living under a fucking rock, is the, interestingly enough, free-to-play Battle Royale mode officially released by Modern Warfare, like a week ago now?
Week and a half, yeah.
And what are your initial thoughts and impressions on it, Tyler?
Probably not what you were hoping, because I have been enjoying it, but I'm kind of burnt, man.
Just on Modern Warfare in general?
The Royale games. I get people have to do different things. And I'll talk about this after. But my initial reaction is I like it, but it's nothing new.
That's fair. I mean, I think it definitely adds something new to the genre of Battle Royale with the plunder mode. I think that one's more unique and original.
Animal. Yes, as opposed to
just straight up
the straight up Royale
Warzone
mode, Warzone. Yeah, they're definitely two separate beasts, and I do prefer plunder over the Warzone.
I do too. I like that plunder gives you the option to explore the whole map without having to worry about a gas cloud coming in and killing you at certain points. And while I agree with you that it's nothing new, they do add some new features to it that, in my personal opinion, make it the best Battle Royale out there.
Oh,
like the loadout drop
Yeah.
is a fucking godsend, because if in the few times where we've been playing and we actually get our loadouts from multiplayer, we've fucking wrecked shop.
True.
It's like I got my Grau that I can use as a fucking sniper rifle or an assault rifle and just go to town on motherfuckers with that thing.
Yeah. And I can't be on the other side of the fence for that one because we have the base game, so we get the Royale mode.
Right.
I'm curious to see how it is for people who just have the free version.
Yeah, it's interesting because...
So what's a loadout do for them? I
think I was talking to Dustin, and I think he said you basically, if you're playing the free mode, you're starting at level 1, and the loadout drop gives you the base.
Oh, like when you... when
you first started the game.
Right, it just gives you those baseline...
Yeah, and
classes.
then once you get to level 10, you get your custom loadouts, and... you'll basically start off with an M4, a shotgun, a submachine gun, and then you have to work your way up to getting all the attachments and everything like that.
Gotcha.
Which, having to try and do that in just Battle Royale mode...
would suck.
Yeah, that sounds like a fucking nightmare.
Damn, I didn't even realize that. Well, at least it's free, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, at least we have Shoot the Ship to fucking go to town and unlock shit quick if we need to.
Right. Oh man, this is it's good, but man, it's thick. Thicker than a Snicker.
Like my dick.
I've seen your dick, Michael.
No. What?
What?
When?
Don't worry about it.
No, I'm very worried about it now.
Do I look like a real boy, Papa?
Oh, for the love of God, where's the book of matches when you need one?
But I must consume your soul. Okay,
What do you think of the map itself for
I like
Warzone?
it. I like it. It can be a very large pain in the ass when you don't have a sniper rifle. I think that's key
Yeah.
to surviving Warzone is a sniper rifle because...
Unless you stay specifically in, like, cities, and even then, you gotta be fucking good to do that.
Yes.
Because everybody goes to the cities.
Oh yeah, everybody wants to... And that's my issue, my own personal issue, because I'm not a hidey type of person. I mean, I like staying with the groups and stuff, but like if somebody's there in my vicinity, I just gung-ho it, man.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
That's a threat to me, and I'm like, I don't want to get killed or shot in the back by these assholes. I'm just going to go take care of them now. And it always ends up biting me in the ass.
Oh, yeah.
So-
You turn a corner and there's just 4 motherfuckers there with guns trained on you.
So that's only my issue, and I need to get good, but I can't sit in the same spot for more than a few minutes, because I get...
Well, because then it doesn't feel like you're playing a video game.
Right.
It feels like you're just sitting around doing nothing.
Right. So I'll take an L by getting wiped by a squad instead of getting wiped by the storm or something because I was falling behind.
Right.
So it's just, I don't know, man. I do like the gulag. I do like that
It's an
not
interesting concept.
A definitive one life per game, like Fortnite or whatever else. So you can come back, and what the gulag is, if you die, you're thrown into this Russian prison, and you have to 1v1 another person who also died. And if you kill that guy, you get to go back into the game. The only issue with that is, and I could just be bitching, but the gulag has way too much cover. Like, there's...
It's not the same as the
too many
gunfight
places
version of the gulag.
No, if it was the gunfight version, I wouldn't have an issue. But they gave it too many cover. It's just really hard to get a kill when someone's camping in the back corner in the shadows.
Right, and
Like-
they're almost impossible to track. So
Right.
you just gotta hope you happen to see them before they see you.
Right, exactly.
And even then, it's not guaranteed
It's
that
a
you're gonna
rock,
get
paper,
that fucking
scissors type
kill.
of mode. And I get that's how it should be, but it's just... a lot of this game really feels like it's promoted camping, and I felt that way since day one, but that's
This game,
just a personal
in
gripe.
my opinion, the more I've played the Battle Royale, it definitely feels like it plays more like Battlefield than a Call of Duty game.
Much more tactical.
Minus the environmental
Like, air quote,
destruction.
tactical. If it was that would be fucking sweet.
Oh, hell yeah.
But-
like, if I could RPG a building
Yeah.
and watch it crumble to kill these guys, I'm fucking sold.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah. I mean, still fun.
It is.
I mean, not gonna lie.
But like I said, I'd probably call this the best battle royale out there because it takes everything that made like Fortnite, Apex Legends, and stuff like that so successful and just does them better. Its biggest problem, in my opinion, is it still suffers from the shitty Call of Duty community.
Yeah.
And that's right, I'm calling you motherfuckers out. So if any of you fucking hoes listen to this,
Jesus.
come at me.
Jesus.
I got a lot of aggression, alright? I get my ass kicked a lot.
Well, COD's been that way since day one.
Nigh on as long as I can remember.
Since, like, what? What was the first one that went online? Was
2004 or some shit like.
Was it, yeah.
Modern Warfare 2?
Modern Warfare, the first one was online. That was 2007.
That I thought those were older than that.
The World War II one, the original Call of Duties were World War II, but I don't know if they
Those were on
online.
like the original PlayStation and there was
Yeah.
no online mode for those.
No. I think the one that legit went online was Modern Warfare.
I believe you're right.
I want to say that was. Or was it Thin Red Line? Or no, not Thin Red Line.
That was Medal of Honor,
Medal of Honor?
I think.
Oh. I don't know.
So many games have come out. It's hard to remember
Well, see,
everything.
that was literally like fucking 13 years ago. Oh, God.
The other mode we were discussing is called Plunder. And that one's real fun because the
The
whole
more
point of
superior
it,
mode.
the whole point of it is you get the whole battle royale map, and you squad up, and it's the first squad to $1 million wins, and you achieve this goal by killing other players, looting the boxes, and completing contracts.
Mm-hmm.
And it's infinite lives. You die, there's no gulag. You just gotta wait a certain amount of time, and then you respawn, dive back into the action.
Yes.
And it's a hell of a lot of fun. I like the fact that if you have a shitload of money on you, you don't automatically lose it all when you die. They take about
It's a
half of it,
yeah.
which is real convenient.
Yeah, I like that too.
Though I will admit, like once you get to the end of the matches, it gets so fucking hard to find any money
That was my biggest issue with this too.
because
Like,
everything's looted at that point. There's not many contracts left.
well, and then
and-
the people that have money left are hiding in
Yeah, they
buildings.
went to ground and they're like, you ain't gonna find me.
dug in like a Carolina tick.
Because at least it's been my experience with that mode is nobody ever really makes it to $1 million. It's somebody will get in first place and be like, let's just hold on to the lead. You know what I mean? And they'll just wait it out. Which I understand that's a viable strategy. It's just real annoying because those matches are like 22 minutes. And I'm like...
Yeah, my first initial thought was like, all right, first to a mill, that can't take that long. Our first game ended up going like fucking 30 minutes. And yeah, it is very lengthy. But when you're in the shit, when you're getting money and fighting other people, it's a hell of a good time.
Oh, yeah. But then you get to a certain point where the whole lobby has moved to a different part of the map.
Yes, exactly.
And so you find yourself just like, well, where the fuck is everybody?
That's usually how it goes. You'll land, you'll all fight. People will realize they're losing too much money, so they'll dip, or you're getting too much money yourself, and you're like, I can't stay here. I don't want to lose it.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
So, yeah, it is a very time-consuming mode, but yeah, I'd say the pros outweigh the cons for that one. Now, the Royale mode, I'm opposite.
I hope they improve on it because it's got a lot of potential to be fucking awesome.
It
and
does.
I still like playing it every once in a while.
It's technically still in a beta, too.
Yeah,
So.
Say they came to you and were like, Tyler, what are the biggest changes you think need to be made with both Battle Royale and Plunder? What are they? Like if the company came to you, and what would you like to see either added, changed, fixed?
A lot of the shit I would want added probably will never happen because of balancing issues. But I'd like choppers that actually have turrets on them. I'd like cars that actually have guns on, like shit like that to make it feel like more militaristic.
Or even the ability to shoot out of the vehicle.
Right.
If you're like a passenger or something, that would be a welcome addition.
Yes. Or tanks. You know, I know we have a game mode called Ground War or whatever in the actual game.
Yeah, but those tanks suck. It's not like you're driving a fucking Abrams or something.
Right. It's like little Bradley or whatever, but like that kind of shit. And being able to... damn, you put me on the spot.
There's the question just popped into my head.
There is little shit that I'd like changed, but I just can't think of them right now.
I definitely think, especially in those game modes, weapons effectiveness needs more balancing. Because how many times have we gone into a firefight where I'll put like a half a clip in somebody and I just barely break their armor, and then they hit me in the chest twice. All 3 pieces of armor are dead. I'm on the ground knocked.
Right.
Just like, well, I guess I'll fucking kill myself.
It's hit or miss though, because that also comes down to your internet versus their internet, the server ping versus your server. But yeah, some of the guns definitely need a little balancing, or at the very least, armor needs a little bit of rebalancing.
At least a little more effectiveness.
Yeah,
it'd be nice if they added helmets too, so
helmets would be a
headshots
cool addition.
Could be protected, especially since 90% of the characters that you're playing as are all wearing fucking helmets.
Right. Yeah, helmets are a good one. I do like the kill streaks. I just wish they were a little better. Like, they're all tactical. Like, if they offered like a Juggernaut or something, like that would fucking be legit.
Can you not buy a Juggernaut from the buy store?
Not that I saw.
I do like that you can get like the precision airstrikes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I wish they'd have the sentry turret instead of the shield turret myself.
Well,
because that'd be nice, like if you want to hole up somewhere, just set that thing out and then you don't have to worry about it.
Exactly, and I think, again, same with the Juggernaut and stuff, that comes down like balancing and stuff. But then again, they have, like, they should offer, instead of the loadout drops, like buying certain weapons in those shops, like RPGs and rockets and stuff, so you are prepared for like a sentry turret or a Juggernaut.
That'd be cool.
So,
like just a straight up weapons shop as well.
Right, yeah.
Like, I need a Pila. Yeah, right. That'll come in handy.
Or if there was attack choppers and stuff, have a Pila or a Javelin or something. Something to make it more on your toes instead of just fucking run at point B, run here, hide for a little bit, run.
Do you find yourself clenching your butt cheeks together every time you come to an open field in that game?
Yeah, every time. Yeah.
You're just like, I don't want to die.
You get out of a fucking house and you're like, oh, we're going. No, it's all nothing.
Uh-oh, and there's a hill about a mile away. We're so fucked,
right,
boys.
Then you see a little glint of a scope and you're like, oh, please no.
Weave, damn you. They need to make running in a zigzag a little easier in Call of Duty myself, in my opinion.
Well, and it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm getting burnt out of Royales in general. But, yeah, it's just, there needs to be something, like, you know, to hook you, to make it feel more exciting. Cause
Oh, yeah.
If minus Fortnite, every other Royale has just tried to be like fucking, okay, and Apex. They did a couple of different things, but minus those two, every other one is just trying to copy PUBG.
That's fair.
And it's just, I don't like that game. I never liked PUBG. I fucking said it. Miggy biggy.
Another thing that I've noticed that I think they need to fix while it's in beta is the circles for the Battle Royale. Because I can't tell you how many matches we've started where, like, half of the starting circle is in that area around the map that you can't even access to begin with. Like, it's out of the playing field. It's like, what's the fucking point?
Right. They misjudged their circle sizes. But yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't do that solo.
I tried a couple times and it was a bad time. It was a really bad time.
And people are out there that dig it. Like, they just like to kick on Xbox and just hop into a game by themselves and just go until they're bored. And I respect that. Same with people who like Dark Souls.
I don't know. I'll never understand them, but I respect them.
Same. That's how I feel about it, because as it stands now, because I know Dustin and Tony were all getting hyped about it, and I don't get excited for Battle Royale games. Because I know they're all bringing the same fucking thing to the table that everybody else is.
That's fair. The only reason I was getting excited for it is because I've honestly been getting burned out on just Call of Duty multiplayer in general.
Which is fair.
And so I was like, finally, a change of fucking pace.
Yeah.
But now I'm starting to get burnt out on it as well. I think I'm just burnt out of Call of Duty. Like, there's a reason why I haven't bought a Call of Duty since Black Ops 3 until this one.
Well, this one... Again, I think this happens every time we talk about it, because it does piss us off. But as far as gameplay goes, this is my absolute favorite Call of Duty game. Like,
I agree. This is the most solid entry since Modern Warfare 2.
Fuck, and I get mad, but unlocking that next fucking thing for your MP5 you're just
shoot me up.
God. And I bitch about that every time because games just don't do challenging shit anymore. And that's why I like COD, because I like completing challenges and unlocking stuff. So,
and I can agree. I don't like. It's definitely not healthy for us how angry we get when we're playing it, though.
No, but I'd rather it be there than at some guy in the grocery store
over some toilet paper.
Right.
I've been seeing this meme floating around the internet where it was like, oh, solve the toilet paper issue, and it's just a photo of somebody cutting a paper towel in half, like paper towel roll. I'm like, I'm mortified at how many dipshits on the internet are going to read that and be like, that's a great idea, and then destroy their plumbing by flushing paper towels down the toilet.
I do not envy plumbers in our time of need right now.
I kind of do, because they're going to be making fucking bank.
Yeah, especially if people throw
raise their rates up for this shit too.
Gotta make sure my butthole's clean. Gotta use Lysol wipes.
Oh, that sounds like it'd sting.
$20, somebody's already wiped their ass with a Lysol wipe.
Probably gone through a whole fucking
Clorox even.
Ooh, with the bleach and everything.
Why does it tingle my beehole?
Oh, God. These are scary, sad, and trying times that we live in.
Would you hear people were trying to drink bleach and shit, too?
Why doesn't that surprise me?
Whatever. Weird times we live in. So, if we were to rate this on a buy or don't buy scale, since it's free, I'd check it out.
Yeah, definitely.
But you're going to be... I mean, some people might dig it, though.
I'm sure a lot of people dig it, because...
The gameplay is unique. Like, it feels more like a shooter than Fortnite does and Apex does.
Oh, yeah.
It feels like you are just this army dude thrown into a fucking island going to kill people. So, yeah, if that tickles your ballsack, yes, I recommend it.
And I'd definitely say check it out. The best thing I can say about it is getting this mode has definitely made me feel like I got my $60 worth for buying the full game.
Sure, yeah.
Because, like I said, I was already getting burnt out on the multiplayer, so having this come, like, months down the road, I just feel like, okay, I am not regretting my investment in this game of $60.
Yeah, very true. Well,
80
fuck,
at
and
this
then
point
it's
with
like,
the battle pass.
I think we only touched like what, 2% of like the Spec Ops. We should
Oh,
play
yeah,
more of
we
those.
need to get-
Yeah. Spec Ops is pretty fun.
Well, it's because we did that one where it was like an assault on the rail yard or something.
Oh yeah,
It was fucking chaos with juggernauts everywhere. We're like, fuck this!
they're hard as fuck. I kind of respect that.
Yeah, I do too. I like the challenge. Especially since in the months since then, we've gotten better about communicating as a squad.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway,
I think
Grandpa Metal and Warzone. Yeah.
put one on and then play Warzone.
There you go.
That's a great night right there.
Granted, you probably can't hear footsteps that well, but still.
I mean, I've never really been much of a listening for footsteps kind of guy. It's only been in the last week that I've actually started playing the audio from the game in my headset.
Are you kidding me?
Dude, it makes it so hard to hear you guys talk.
Oh.
And, yeah.
I guess that's fair. But it probably would improve your gameplay a lot.
Yeah, it
Because
has a little bit.
I mean, it is some, like, for my headset, it sounds like they're coming from over here, but actually they're, like, right fucking there. So, I don't know if that's the game or my headset, but that's a very small portion of the time. Rest of the
Right.
time, you can usually hear people sneaking up behind you. So, yeah, you should try doing that.
I'm
It helps.
trying, okay? But yeah, so Grandpa Metal, definitive check out. Listen to it on Spotify. Go buy the album if you want to.
Oh, yeah, support the cows.
It's fucking great. I hope Brian Posehn makes a couple more comedy metal albums.
Yes. Well, and I did a Google on it, and I didn't read the article because I'm lazy, but the headline of the article was Brian Posehn won't tour the album because he's just too old and doesn't have the energy.
That's fair.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want this to be a tour thing anyway. I just kind of like it as a little...
The only way I would want it to be as a tour is if he could get all the guys from the album. Like Gary Holt
Oh, absolutely,
and fucking...
but they're all still very poppin' musicians. So
Oh
they're
yeah,
all
touring
like-
with their own bands.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I'm 100% okay with this not
Just being a
tour.
studio
Yeah,
album.
exactly.
I think because it honestly, even though it is a fantastic metal album, I look at it more as just a comedy record.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I would. You know what I would like is if he incorporated a couple songs into his stand-up when he's touring. Just like do a song or two in the middle of your set,
Yeah.
and go back to telling jokes.
That'd be kind of
I don't know. He's big and old, so that might like wear him out. And then Warzone, yeah. If you don't already have it from buying the regular Call of Duty, get the free-to-play version. Let us know what you think about it, and let us know what that's like. Because I'm curious. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, is it if you get the free-to-play version, does it take you to the regular Modern Warfare loading screen and just have everything locked except for Warzone?
I would imagine it's everything's locked, and then it's like you could buy to unlock and it kind of thing. But
yeah, if you just have that free-to-play version, let us know in the comments or whatever. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Eventually, probably not next week, but eventually, me and Tyler are actually going to review The Wall, and he's going to get very drunk while he watches it, and I'm going to trip my face off on some mushrooms. It'll make for an interesting adventure. Maybe I'll
probably
set up a
record that one,
microphone
too.
and just record the audio of us talking the whole time.
record as it happens. Hell yeah.
But yeah, take it sleazy, and we'll see you next week on Beers, Bongs, and Battle Axes. When this show turns 21, it'll get its own beer then.
Oh, you're growing up so fast, little microphone.
See ya!
See ya.